We're all about facts, not fear, and providing information to keep you and your loved ones safe. And so Dr. Payal Kohli joins us live. What's up, Doc?
What's up, Jeff?
How's it going? You look terrific today. I think I have to compliment you on your looks, right? Is that how Tori does it?
That's how we do it, actually. And I was going to comment on your pocket square and Al's pocket square. I can't tell if it's the 3 stairs or what, but it looks great.
Al's got the game strong. I just stuffed mine in there. But first, we want to get to talking about some important things here, Doc, while we got you. President Trump's comments, I don't know if you saw them. He suggested that disinfectant and sunlight can be used to treat the coronavirus. I don't know if you heard this yesterday. What's the deal with what he said, Doc?
Yeah, I did hear this, Jeff, and I want to be really clear about this. I'm glad you brought this up. Disinfectants are poison. Let me say that again. Disinfectants are poison. So remember, those old disinfectants used to come with a skull and crossbones, and there was a reason for that, because they are not meant to be drank or meant to be inhaled or meant to be injected or meant to be put on your skin. And if you do that, there is a very high chance that you're going to cause permanent organ damage, brain death, disability, and possibly even death. So I really want the viewers out there to know this is not something we need to try. We already know the science behind this. It doesn't work. With respect to sunlight and UV and heat, we also have to be careful because UV causes radiation to us. It causes cancer. It can cause burning of the skin. So we have to be really careful not to follow those guidelines either, because putting ourselves out in the sun without protection, we know is a recipe for skin cancer and for, giving excess radiation to the skin. So neither of these two are recommended medically, and they should not be tried at home.
All right, that's coming from a doctor. Well, Doc, I have a question of my own. I know you guys talked about antibody testing earlier this week on the show, and I drove by somewhere yesterday and I saw this sign, and I'm thinking about getting a test. What do I need to know, and what comes from this antibody test?
So, Jeff, there's 3 things you need to know. The first is it's a blood test that looks for antibodies that are proteins that tell us that your immune system has seen this infection before. The second thing is the test looks backwards. So it doesn't tell you whether you have infection right now. It tells you whether you had infection and recovered. The test to tell you whether you have infection right now is the nasal test, the swab that we saw in the beginning. And then the third thing to know is that just because you have antibodies, scientists don't know whether that means you necessarily have immunity. Now, we think it does, and we hope it does, based on what we know about other coronaviruses and the fact that you can donate your antibodies to somebody else and help them get better. But we don't know this for a fact, and how long this immunity lasts is another one of those questions that we still have to wait to see the answer to.
So do you suggest getting it or hold off for a little bit right now?
I would say, it takes 7 days for this antibody test to get positive. If you think you've been infected, you probably at some point want to try to get it, but it's not urgent. You don't need to get it right away, because even if you wait a month or 6 weeks, those antibodies will still be there.
Good to know. Thank you for answering that. Let's get a viewer question in here real quickly. Susan asks, if a person wants to donate plasma that you were just talking about, will they lose some of their immunity?
Yeah, so Susan, you're giving away your antibodies when you donate plasma, but the nice thing is that the factory that makes the antibodies, those are cells inside of us called B cells. They're part of our immune system. You still have those. So even though you give away some of your antibodies, your body will just make more. So it's just like donating blood. You don't lose anything. You'll get those antibodies back.
Feels refreshing to talk to somebody who knows what they're talking about. But before we go, it's time for Dr. Kohli's silver lining, which is my favorite. What do you have for us today, Doc?
I didn't hear a sound coming out of you, Jeff.
Do I need to do one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. That was great. I didn't even know that was coming. This is a thing, huh?
Love it. So I will do my extra special silver lining because of that sound. So today I want to talk about virtual visits. Because of all these changes with this pandemic, we're now able to see our doctors face to face. And as a doctor, I miss seeing my patients and holding their hand and talking to them. But actually doing these kind of tele visits with them on the computer has made it even more personal, because now I get to see them in their homes, and I get to see them in a way that it's a lot more efficient and less costly. So doing a virtual visit is more inexpensive. It allows better access, and it allows me to see them in their home, which gets me to get to know them better. So I'm really starting to enjoy them, actually. So that's my silver lining today.
I love it, and we enjoy your teledoc here at Daily Blast Live, so thank you for that.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, guys, and of course, Dr. Kohli will return on Monday. So if you have a question about coronavirus you want answered by the doctor, write us on social media. You can also email info@dailyblastlive.com. Again, no panic, just prevention and precautions.